You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy, J-Mad, on Speaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. That's right, even Alexa can make it do what it do. Y'all, we're going to have a great time tonight. Again, great discussion. What's really going on? It's so much happened this weekend in politics and all this other stuff. And I really want to dive into... We're going to talk about politics / racism / accountability. I think that's the best way to put it. All right. I'll be back in just a second, y'all. Tell your folks that we're on the air and we're making big moves. I holla. listening to your boy DJ J Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. I hope you all have had a great weekend. I know I did. Weather wasn't too bad. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't too bad. Hey, Sonya, what's going on? Sonya said, oh, Lord, I'm the first one in the room. It's going to snow in Texas. Welcome aboard, dear. Thank you so much for joining in. Hope you all had a great weekend. A lot had went on this weekend. I don't know if you all have been watching the news or television, and looks like we have the Democratic Party is stacking, I don't want to say stacking the deck, but is piling the candidates for the 2020 election. So this is going to be good. I put on my Facebook page, I put a poll up, and it's running at 100% now. The answer to this question, I put a poll. Is POTUS racist? Do you consider him to be racist? And there is a specific reason why I asked that. Because yesterday, I think it was, when the lady, I can't think of her name right now, decided to put her name in the bid for president for 2020. He put out the person I used to call, or known by me as Pocahontas. And then towards the end, he said, I will see you on the trail. And he capitalized trail and put it in quotation marks, indicating the trail of tears. I don't know if the president is racist. But one thing I can tell you, this bastard is definitely inconsiderate. I don't care how we look at it. I don't care how you put it. I don't care how you dress it up. Does it appear that he's racist? Yeah, he do it. But that right there, I don't know if you would even call, I have no idea what you would call him right now. So let me put this question out. If you had to give a one-word description of you all's president, that's y'all president, what would you call him? What would you call him? This is the angle that we're going to go with tonight. This is the conversation we're going to go with. Because I also, want to jump back on the bandwagon. Or create a bandwagon or create a different vantage point. Is racism a white thing? Is racism a white thing? Holla at your boy. This is your boy, DJ J Man, on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other places that we're on.
Every day is so monotonous. Baby, I'm just being honest. It was over before we started. I was gone already, gone already. I was gone. Still now you're ready, but I already been gone. I already been gone. Gone already. Oh yeah. You can tell me, 'cause I already been gone. I already been gone. I was feeling like a dead man walking, numb from all the pain you're causing, hoping that things would change, but you never gave me that option. There's so many things you don't do to make me overlook the wrong. This is not the way that love should be. I guess you're not the man for me. Now you're ready, but I already been gone. So gone. Ooh, yeah. And you know that I already been gone. Packed my bags, made up my mind, broke that lease and left the keys behind, hoping I can make it disappear. I could be a million miles from here. Obligation made me stay. As long as I did, that's my mistake. But it's holding on when I know that I'm already gone. Oh yeah, if you ever left someone who never took the time to know you, going through the motions, every day is so monotonous. Already been gone. Musique progressive.
Thoughts of you running through my head as I lie awake in my bed. No, you want this, don't be afraid, babe. And now we're standing face to face. Baby, tell it to me now. Everything you dreamed about don't make sense to run around it. Oh, it's now or never. Remember this night. Show me how you feel. Let me know it's real tonight. Oh, there's nowhere I'd rather be than here with you. There's nowhere I'd rather be than here with you. There's no place I'd rather be. Feel the energy in this room. So how you take me to the moon. Oh yeah. Oh, what we got is something else. So fire, I can't help myself. Wanna see some fireworks, let our love explode. So I'll rerun every episode. I'm in overload, but remember this night. Show me how you feel, let me know it's real tonight. Oh, there's nowhere I'd rather with you. There's nowhere I'd rather be than here with you. There's no place I'd rather be.
We're listening to, well, not we. You're listening to Life After the Collar with your boy J Man. Hope you all had a good weekend again. We've been talking about, I know we did last week, and I really want to jump into it again today. You know, we already started the conversation. But this racism, I think we've officially, not even officially, I think it was more of kicking the elephant out the room. But we are taking leaps backwards. Or are we? Are we going backwards, really? Or are we simply exposing what has been hidden for so many years, since the civil rights, since the 60s, and you know, we thought we was doing stuff in the 60s and 70s, and we started seeing some growth in the 80s, and the 90s gave us a little bit more freedoms, and here we are in 2019, getting ready to be in the 20s. I really do wonder if we have taken a step backwards in racism, or are we just simply exposing what was already there? It was just hidden. Sarah Sanders said that she, on I think it was CBS, on one of the stations, said that she thought God called Trump to be president. I believe this. God is going to ordain whoever he's going to put into place for a reason. If God didn't want him to be president, it would not have happened. And so, with that being said, I believe God allowed Trump to be in office for the reason of exposing what America really is. I really do. I said it from even last year, or beginning of or maybe it was late the year before last. I believe that Donald Trump's position or purpose, let me put it that way, is to expose who America, or what America really is. America is greedy. America is racist. America is selfish. And all of those traits are embodied in 45. I don't care how you look at it. All of that traits are, and all of those people that are part of that world has a voice now. Let me put it so y'all black folks can understand it. Let me put it this way. You remember when we got Obama into office, when America voted Obama into office, black folks finally felt that they had a voice. And we stuck our chest out a little bit more. And we were outspoken a little bit more. And we always said, my president's black. That was a thing. Well, now we have racist people, greedy people. Aries just used prideful people. I think I said racist people, they have a voice now because the number one guy, the number one position is being led by one of them. Eric says, I think it has become a fad for young generation. They can even tell you why they feel the way they do. What does that mean? What has become? I think it has become a fad for young generation. What is a fad for younger generation? I was looking, Kamala Harris was on the Breakfast Show. I think that's the Breakfast Show. Yeah, the Breakfast Club. And she was addressing, watch this, she was addressing if she was black enough. And it started off on Twitter. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? It has, and I don't think that comment was a white comment. I think that was coming from black folks. I think those statements are coming because we're the only one that says, are you black enough? If you all don't know, Kamala Harris is married to a white guy. She's married to a white guy. Okay. Aries said the hate, the racism. Okay. I think that had become a younger generation, a fad for the younger generation. And that they can't, right. And you know what? I agree with that. Well, I don't they can't even tell you why they feel the way they do. But that's the generational teaching. Most white folks don't know why they hate black people. It was because their parents told them that you're supposed to hate white people. So let's deal with this thing. We could talk about, we could literally sit here and talk about how Trump comes off racist, and we could talk about the Virginia governor that's going through what he's going through because he was blackface, and he's still in office right now. And this is a Democrat. I know y'all kept saying, Democrats was all for black folks. We learned a valuable lesson in that. But let's go with Aries, with her last statement. Aries says, we as blacks have always judged our own. Or have we always have racial tendencies against our own? What does that mean? If you're not dark and you light skin, there's always been that beef between dark skin and light skin. If you marry a white person or someone outside of black, you're not black enough, especially if you marry a white person. If you talk a certain way, you're acting white. Because we use proper English. So racism is not just a white thing. It is not something that only white people do when they are making comments or doing things against blacks or any other race. Black people need to take ownership of being racist too. Do we have the right to be racist? No, we do not. We have the right to fight and speak against racism, but we have no right to say, oh, you white, so I don't like you, and I'm going to speak against you, and I'm going to pick on you, and all of that other stuff. We don't have that. That's still racism. You're just the other side of the coin. instead of being white, hating on or discredited or judging folk because of the color of their skin, you are racist. And we cannot use the excuse where they put us down for all of those years. No, it wasn't us. It was our ancestors. And it wasn't all white people. Can I say a majority? Yeah. Up to a certain extent, yeah. I posted an interesting study or CNN report about even the Northern, because a lot of people say, the Northern wasn't racist, but even the Northern people was profiting off of slavery. Banks, insurance companies, well-known banks and insurance company. AIG. They were making the textiles and things that was up north and selling them to the slavery and insuring the slaves and all of this other stuff. And banks was taking slaves as collateral. Banking system was up north. Majority of it still is. They were taking slaves as collateral. So it wasn't just a Southern thing. It wasn't just a Southern thing. When will we? My question is this: when will we wake up? I know y'all saying, "Oh, I'm not racist. Oh, I don't have." Yes, we do, because we say, "Oh, that's white people stuff," or "You acting white," or because you're doing this, that that's, or because we have. Ari says Northern blacks still look down on Southern blacks. Well, I think it's vice versa too. Southern blacks still look down on Northern blacks. And I don't know if I agree or disagree with that statement, because Southern blacks had to go north to get away, for the most part. But you remember the movie 12 Years a Slave? 12 Years a Slave? That was a really good movie. I don't know if you all had a chance to see that movie, but that's a really, really great movie. Really great movie. I want to kind of, I guess I'll put it this way. I'll ask a direct question. Have you ever done anything racist? I'll play a song or two, and I want to come back and see what people say online that's in the chat room. And I wish I had my computer up so I can do Facebook Live too, because that would have been actually great question. I may even put that on my Facebook poll. Have you ever done anything racist? And it's real simple. Yes or no. I'm not going to ask you what you did. Yes or no. Have you felt a certain way against white folks or against any other race? Have you did something to go against or be a part of an organization that had your views at that time against another race? Have you ever done anything racist? You're listening to your boy J Matt on Spreaker.com, and this is Life After the Collar. Holla at your boy.
get up.
If you can't hear what I'm trying to say, if you can't read from the same page,
Maybe I'm going deaf, maybe I'm going blind, maybe I'm out of my mind. Okay, now he was close, tried to domesticate you, but you're an animal, baby, it's in your nature. Just let me liberate you. You don't need no papers, that man is not your maker, and that's why I'm gonna take you good girls. I know you want it, I know you want it. I know you want it. Good girl. Can't let it get past me. You're far from plastic. Talking about getting plastic. These blurred lines. I know you want it. I know you want it. I know you want it. But you're a good girl. The way you grab me, must wanna get nasty. Go ahead, get at me.
what do we make dreams for when you got them jeans on? What do we need steam for?
You the hottest bitch in this place. I feel so lucky. You wanna hug me? What rhymes with hug me? Okay, now he was close. Tried to domesticate you, but you're an animal. Baby, it's in your nature. Just let me liberate you. You don't need no papers. That man is not your maker, and that's why I'm gonna take you good girls. I know you want it. I know you want it. I know you want it. Good girl. Can't let it get past me. You're far from plastic. Talking about getting blasted. These blurred lines. I know you want it. I know you want it. I know you want it. But you're a good girl. The way you
Hustle
grab
gang,
me,
homie.
must wanna get nasty.
Let go. Hey, say, Rob.
Go ahead,
Let me
get
holler
at me.
like quick.
Hey, J, one thing I ask you. Let me be the one you bet that pass it to. Go from Malibu to Paribu. Yeah, I can have a bitch, but she ain't bad to you. So hit me up when you pass through. I give you something big enough to tell your past to. Swag on me when you drag casual. I mean, it's almost unbearable. In 100 years, not there would I pull up on side that you pay me back. Nothing like your leg guy, he too square for you. He don't smack me, say that pull your hair like that. So I jail watch, hand wait for you to salute and chew, did pimp. Not many women can refuse, did pimp. And I'm a nice guy, but don't get it confused, did pimp.
Shake it out, get down, get up.
Do it like it hurt, like it hurt. What you don't like work? Hey,
Baby, can you breathe? I got this from Jamaica. It always works for me. Dakota to Decatur.
no more pretending, 'cause now you're winning. Here's our beginning. I always wanted a good girl. I know you want it. I know you want it. I know you want it. Good girl. Can't let it get past me. You're far from plastic. Talking about getting blasted. These blurred lines. I know you want it. I know you want it. But you're a good girl. The way you grab me, must wanna get nasty. Go ahead, get at me. Everybody get up. Everybody get up.
You're listening to Life After
Everybody
with
get
your
up.
boy J Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. We're talking about racism, and we ended with this question: have you done or felt anything racist? Yes or no question. The one honest person in the room, or the only one that said anything, was Aries. She said yes. I'll be the second one to say yes. I remember when I was in the Navy and I finally got my hands on a copy of Malcolm X, the book Malcolm X, the autobiography of Malcolm X. And I remember the rage that I felt towards white people. I really did. I remember how I felt and how I hated white people, could not stand white people. Growing up in the South, I was in Augusta, Georgia. And my best friend was white. Had no idea what color was. Had no idea what racism was. I just knew that he was my friend. He taught me how to skateboard, taught me how to ride a bike. We was cool. I slept over his house. He slept over my house. Did not see color. And this was in the South in the 70s. In the 70s. It wasn't until I moved to the Atlanta area that I experienced racism. Hey, Duana, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being on tonight. I was, no, let me take that back. I was in Macon. I was in Macon, Georgia. Because when we moved from Augusta to Macon, it was mainly black people in Macon. We didn't deal with a lot of other races. But I found myself in an orphanage. And there was a lot of white kids in there. And this one white kid called me boy, nigger, slave basically in the same sentence. That was the first time I ever experienced racism in the forefront, face to face. First time I ever dealt with it. But even then, after dealing with that one person, I never looked at it as racism then. It wasn't until I moved in this area into the metropolitan area of Atlanta. Oh, yeah, the suburb, I guess you would call that the suburb area of Atlanta. I remember I was 16 at the time, and the cop pulled me over and said, "Where you going, boy?" I remember going to this particular high school and experiencing racism in the school system, in the high school there. And those were times that I hated white people. Mind you, a large part of my heritage, half of my heritage, I don't even want to say half, a large part of my heritage is embodied in different colors, cultures. I have white, I have Hawaiian, I have, of course, black, I have Scottish. So, it is hard for me to say or look at people a certain way because, and I was thinking actually before I came on the show, and I was thinking about, things I want to say and one of the concepts that I came up with, had it not been for multicultural relationships, I would not have been here. I would not have. And so I wonder, does that play a part in me not wanting to deal with racism? Have I done racist things? Yes, I have. So have a lot of other folks. But right now, in 2019, why is it still a huge issue? Why is it that racism is still a huge issue? Ari said, "I've never experienced it until I went to college in Montgomery, Alabama." Yeah, you're gonna get it there. I think even today it's still prevalent in Montgomery. And it's prevalent everywhere, honestly. And you could just look on the news and you could see, you could tell by our justice system. Even our government is racist. Wow, I just thought about that. Our government is set up to be racist. Oh, but we got black people in office and we have women in office and we have the LGBT. But if you look at the laws, it is set up to be racist. And I am surprised. No, I'm not. I wonder why the black people that have been in office, now I knew previous, maybe in the 80s and 90s when we started getting black people into these offices. But now we have even more, the Black Caucus. We have a lot of black people that's in office. Why aren't they doing anything to hinder or to help or to minimize or to get rid of racist policies? I wonder why. Are they, once they get there into office, is it just to maintain, or do they fall into the, hey, just get in, get along? Or do they use them as tokens? Or what happened to the dreams of getting into government and changing things? I am appalled that Obama administration did not attack the injustice of our justice system. I am appalled that Obama administration did not do that. Trump has no issue. Every time he go, and they made in the hearing last week, somebody put everybody on Front Street, and he said the last time you was here, and he was talking about the person that was that was under, it wasn't an investigation, they were doing the hearing to confirm a guy, and he made a point of saying, the last time this dude was here, he's the acting AG, the acting AG. He said the last time you was hit with this person and they had all white people. He said, now turn around and look at all of the people you brought with you. You're over the justice system of America. Look behind you. You brought all white people with you. With an exception of one. You brought all white men with you, with the exception of one white woman. America's justice system is set up to be racist. Because the governor of Virginia should not be in office right now. He should not be. But yet and still, he is. But however, our number one person that holds the number one position in the United States, he himself is a blatant, outspoken racist. And if the POTUS can do it, then why can't that particular governor do it? It is what it is. We set the standards when we set the boundaries, or the government set the standards and boundaries. And until the other two branches of government decide that they are going to have some accountability with the third branch of government, 45 will remain in office. I often wonder, why is he still? What point are they trying to prove? What are they trying to say? Why are they trying to say we cannot impeach him, or we're not ready to impeach him? What political games are they playing? It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, I pay attention to the news and all of this other stuff. It's amazing. It's amazing how the Me Too movement have more power than the civil rights movement, or the racism movement, or anti-racism movement. It's amazing, but it is a reason. It's because they have a voice and they make their voice known, and they've gotten to the point where they say, you know what, enough is enough. I wonder, have black folks got to a point where they say enough is enough? Or do we know how to verbalize it? Interesting. I wonder if we know how to verbalize the fact that enough has become enough. You listen to your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on.
See you driving round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. No, ain't that some shit? And although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. But forget you. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't afford a Ferrari, but that don't mean I can't get you there. I guess he's an Xbox and I'm more Atari. But the way you play your game ain't fair. I picture the fool that falls in love with you. Oh, she's a gold digger. Well, just don't you know. Ooh, I've got some news for you. Yeah, go to run, tell your little boy free. See you driving round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. Oh, ain't that some shit? And although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. Forget you. Now I know that I had to borrow, beg and steal and lie, cheat, trying to keep you, trying to please you. Spend a love with your ass ain't cheap. Now I picture the fool that falls in love with you. Oh, she's a gold digger. Well, just don't you know. Ooh, I've got some news for you. Ooh, I really hate your ass right now. See you driving round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. Oh, ain't that some shit? And although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. But forget you. Now, baby, why you wanna hurt me so bad? So bad. I tried to tell my mama, but she told me this is one for your dad. Yeah, she did. And I'm like, why? Baby? I love you. I still love you. I see you driving round town with a girl I love. Forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't
sitting here, guess I didn't make bail. Got time and a story to tell. Started when I was 9 years old. Woke up and daddy was gone. I started hustling and they couldn't tell me nothing. Frontin' in the hood trying to be somebody. My soul was on empty. I was searching for something. Tried to be good. Tried to keep from trouble. Living too fast. Trying to make good on a hustle. Sometimes it get rough. Coming from where I'm from. Times got hard. Yeah. Coming from where I'm from. Sometimes you gotta walk to work. Yeah. Coming from where I'm from. Sometimes you gotta do a little dirt. Coming from where I'm from. Wasn't really looking, guess I found it. 5'3", light brown skin. Coming from the university. Nice style, looking kinda lovely. Didn't know she had much game. Down the ride out, even take the train. Even take her to a poker game. Top notch fried chicken and sushi. Try to be good. Tried to treat you like a lady. Tried to be your friend. Turned out that you were shady. Sometimes I get lonely. Coming from where I'm from. Things ain't what they seem to be. Coming from where I'm from. Sometimes you get a little angry. Yeah. Coming from where I'm from. Sometimes you get the best of me. Somebody didn't wanna die young. Learning hustling, trying to be my family. Too scared to have kids and do like daddy did. 'Cause I'm so scared of failing. Sometimes they get hard. Coming from where I'm from. Coming from where I'm from. Sometimes you got them on. Sometimes you gotta cry a little bit louder. Coming from where I'm from. Sometimes you gotta fight the pain, yeah. Sometimes you gotta walk alone. Coming from where I'm from. Sometimes you get a little worried, yeah. Coming from where I'm from. Sometimes you get lost out of touch. I'm coming from where I'm from. Sometimes I think I pray a little bit too much. Sometimes I get a little scared. Coming from where I'm from. Sometimes I get a little scared. Coming from where I'm from.
You're listening to your boy DJ J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, and this is Life After the Collar. And y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Free your mind. Follow. Better free your mind. This is the time where we do free your mind and the rest will follow. Tell me what's on your mind, what's going on in your head. Free your mind. What's going on in your head? This is off the subject that we're on about racism. More than likely, this topic is going to lead us into a different direction, but hey, I'm cool with that. It's usually a 10, 15-minute spot where we just, you all ask me any question, and I answer it, make a statement, bring up an observation, whatever's on your mind, holler at me about it. Free your mind. How we say it? Free your mind. And the rest will follow. Did you know that the Southern Baptist Convention is now under investigation for abuse of kids, women, children, sexual stuff, The allegations are out there. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I knowed it. I knowed it. I knowed it. Every other denomination, Kojic, Missionary Baptist, get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Yeah. Yeah, right, Aries. Oh, wow. I think some 700,000. No, here it is. This is some 380 Southern Baptist leaders and volunteers accused of sexual misconduct. Of course, the new president of Southern Baptist was not available for an immediate response. This is going to be big. They said that they have verified that about 220 had been convicted of sex crimes, receive deferred prosecution in plea deals. I'm going to read it again. Maybe you'll get what they were saying. They verified that about 220 had been convicted of sex crimes or received deferred prosecutions in plea deals. Of those 229 remain in prison, 100 are registered sex offenders, according to this report. While we were running, I know we've been talking about, I know we was talking about the Catholic Church and what they're dealing with. And I tried to tell you all that this was not a Catholic issue. I have a friend of mine who trusted her daughter with the pastor, and he ended up molesting her daughter during a consultation or a counseling session. It is amazing that stuff is not, because it was even, in most culture, Muslim, it's an accepted practice in Muslim culture. Aries asks a very serious question: what's wrong with us humans? When I say we done went crazy, cuckoo for Cocoa Pops, we have gone cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. That's why, when these black churches was up running their mouths saying, how dare the Catholic Church do this and that and the other, it was never just a Catholic issue. It has never been just a Catholic issue. I knew once them black preachers started condemning the Catholic Church, I knew it was just going to hit home. And there are other denominations that it's going to come out. Mark my word. Mark my word. That is what was on my mind. What's been on your mind? What do you think? What's been going on in your mind? I don't know if you all had a chance to see the new football league, the American Alliance League. think that's how they put it. The American Alliance League. It's a football league that actually is endorsed by the NFL. And you'll find a lot of the superstars or not superstars, people that you thought would have already been in the NFL, and for whatever reason they didn't make teams or got cut from teams, and they're looking for a second chance or to improve their game. They're in this league. Atlanta lost 6-40. The Atlanta Legends. About 4 or 5 days before the first game last Saturday. We lost our head coach and our offensive coordinator. I don't know what's going on with our team right now, but before the season even started, we had some stuff happen. I haven't found out what went down. Our offensive coordinator was none other than Michael Vick. He's no longer there. And the head coach was a former NFL coach as well. He left about 4 days before the first game. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So I'm the only person that has something on their mind. So it's all good. It's all gravy. You're listening to your boy, J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio.
Make me smile. Hey, make me smile. I think it's safe to say things just haven't been going my way. No work coming in, so my money is thin. And I still got bills to pay. But all in all, you've been right here with me. When I'm sinking low, you come through and lift me. It's nothing more than the love that you give me. Keeps me from drowning in tears. Make me smile. Make me smile. Come through and save the day. You make me smile. You make me smile in a very special way. Everywhere I go, people seem to ask me, where'd I get my joy? Why am I so happy? In these trying times, when a frown is the fashion, I'm beaming like the sun. Now how can that be? See, the answer to the query is very simple. I'm always grinning from dimple to dimple, because you love me unconditionally. My happiness is heart-shaped, can't you see? Can't you see when you're gone? When you're gone away from me, I just don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Everything about you. Everything. Everything revolves around you. And I wanna thank you for making me smile. You make me smile. Came through and saved the day. You make me smile. You make me smile. You make me smile. Oh, in a very special way. You make me smile. You make me smile. Ooh, you make me smile. Love the way you make me hold my head up high. You make me smile. You make me smile. You make me smile. Feel like I can walk in the sky. You make me smile. When nothing's going my way, what else can I say? You make me smile. When I can't see the light, here you come shining bright. You make me smile. When everything's bad and I'm feeling real sad. You make me smile. When I don't have the answers, you always give me a chance to smile. Smile.
Sometimes you can work it out, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you're forced to watch everything fall apart. It's out of your hands. Sometimes leaving is easy, sometimes it ain't. Sometimes it hurts to know the loving you had is slowly fading away. You can say whatever you like, as long as we just say goodbye. Blame it on me, say it's my fault, say that I left you outside in the cold with a broken heart. I really don't care, I ain't crying no more. Say I'm a liar, cheater, say anything that you want, as long as it's all. I ain't a quitter, I just ain't the type. I tried to see it through, I tried to make it to the finishing line. Who you thought it was meant to be, I admit so did I. Every once in a while you think you figured it out, sometimes you're not right. You can say whatever you like, as long as we just say goodbye. Blame it on me, say it's my fault, say that I left you outside in the cold with a broken heart. I really don't care, I ain't crying no more. Say I'm a liar, cheater, say anything that you want, as long as it's over. Yes, I love you, but I really gotta lose you. Freedom's where I wanna be. Yes, I probably always love you, but I'm moving. I gotta do this to me. Say it's my fault, say that I left you outside in the cold with a broken heart. I really don't care, I ain't crying no more. Say I'm a liar, a cheater, say anything that you want. Blame it on me, say it's my fault, say that I left you outside in the cold with a broken heart. Don't care, I ain't crying no more. Say I'm a liar, a cheater, say anything that you want, as long as it's over.
You're listening to your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, and this is Life After the Collar. Good news, great news. There has been another show added to the stage play, Not All Wounds Heal. For those of you all that don't know, I'm in a stage play that's on tour right now called Not All Wounds Heal. We're headed to Douglas, Georgia. We're headed to Memphis, and we're headed to Birmingham. And we have now added LaGrange, Georgia. So we're actually going to do LaGrange, Georgia first in March instead of Douglas, Georgia. We're going to do Douglas, Georgia in April. So we move Douglas back a month, and we added a month of March. So if you all want to attend, I will have more information. I'll have it on my my Facebook, and I'll put it on all of my social media sites. And I would definitely get the information about where you can buy tickets. Tickets are supposed to go on sale this month. Tickets are supposed to go on sale this month, so we'll see. I'll get that information. I mean, this week, not this month. This week. So hopefully, I can get that information out to you all. We were talking about racism earlier in the show, and I got to thinking, what are we doing to fight racism now? Or do we sit back and just wait till it happened and then respond to the racism? Because I don't see any protests about getting rid of KKK. I don't see protests about getting rid of skinheads and all of the other racist groups that are in America. While we're sitting trying to build a wall to keep out the ones and twos of people that would come, that would be considered a murderer or a bad person. Let me put it that way, a bad person. There are thousands here in America that are considered that needs to have a wall built around them. IJS. I'm just saying. What are we doing to combat racism? Are we teaching our children? Have we even talked about it in our homes? Do we even know if our children have experienced it? Do we know how they would respond? Have we taught them how to respond? Have we had this conversation at home? In our jobs, or do our jobs wait till, i.e., Starbucks, hotels that kick people out, or do we wait till a racist incident happens before we try to address it? I think it's time now that we address it on the forefront, especially with our kids, and teaching them how to deal with it. Because if we don't, it's going to get way, way, way out of hand.
is my king. He is my one. Yes, he's my father. Yes, he's my son. I can talk to him, cause he understands everything I go through and everything I am. He's my support system. I can't live without him. The best thing since sliced bread is his kiss, his hugs, his lips, his touch. And I just want the whole world to know about my black brother. I love you, and I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. Cause you're my black brother, strong brother, and there is no one above you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. He's misunderstood. Some say that he's up to no good around the neighborhood. Well, for your information, a lot of my brothers got education. Now check it. You got your Wall Street brother, your blue collar brother, you're down for whatever, chilling on the corner brother, your talented brother, and to every one of y'all behind bars, you know that Angie loves you. My black brother, I love you. I'll never try to hurt you. No. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. Cause you're my black brother. I'll never hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. Brother, my black brother, strong brother. There is no one. There is no one. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. You mean so much to me. You give me what I need. I'm so proud. I said I'm so proud. I love you for staying strong. You got it going now. I'm so proud of you. Going through thick and thin, brothers, you gonna win. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Whenever you're facing down, brothers gonna work it out. I'm so proud. I got unshakable faith. You're my black brother. I love you. I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you. Cause you're my brother, strong brother. There is no one other. I want you to know that I'm here for you. Only you.
Y'all, I thank y'all for listening to Life After the Collar with your boy DJ J-Man. We on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we are on. Even Alexa can make it do what it do. I'm going to cut tonight's show short because I have another obligation I need to attend to, family thing that I have to attend to. So I appreciate you all joining in for tonight. I will see you Wednesday. Y'all send me topics that y'all want to talk about, and we will make sure that we get it on the air. Holla at your boy. It's all good. It's definitely all gravy.